Well, family, welcome back to Just K, the channel all about mind, body, and soul. To all my subscribers, I love you so much. Thank you for joining me again. If you're new here, consider clicking on that subscribe button and the notification bell so you always know the new videos that I'm coming out with. We've talked about shadow work in my last video about healing old wounds and taking care of our inner child or our shadow self. There's a spot we're trying to get to, and it's a space that I feel like our ancient ancestors from Egypt and all over, all countries of Africa, had a mindset that gives us not only peace but transcendence. It's not a reliance on non-entities or others. It's a reliance on self and working together with others for the betterment of mankind, nature, the universe. And I feel like we've gotten so far away from that. So why do we work on what's the space that we need to get to? Well, to varying degrees, there are many ways all over Africa, but the basics still seems to be the same. Since we talked about Ma'at in past videos and the laws of Ma'at, since we've talked about Thoth and his role in the deities of ancient Egypt, I'm going to do the 7 principles of Thoth today and see what we think about those. Hope you enjoy. Our Netras or Orisha are universal principles or mathematical values and formulas that speak of the energies that permeate or explain nature. And this explanation allows us to act upon or engage in consciously these energies. It's the foundation of what creation is, and it's in everything and us too. The 7 principles of Thoth kind of come up with a plan for where your mindset should be, what the mindset is. And the first one was mentalism. Mentalism is the mind is all, and the universe is mental. It's everything you see is what's in your mind, or what's in your mind is everything you see. The older I get, the more I know that mindset is everything. You know, it's not the situation that you go through, but it's the mindset that you use to remove yourself, heal yourself, get yourself out of, learn the lesson from this given situation. The second principle of Thoth is as above, so below. As below, so above. There's nothing going on in this material world that's not going on in the world our ancestors are in, or that is not going on in the spiritual world. So when you're trying to escape the physical world thinking there's something better in the spiritual world, it's just not real. It's the mindset you have in this world is the mindset you're going to have in your spiritual world. And that's really important, right? Because like we say in our family, you're your own avatar. Third principle of Thoth was vibration. Nothing rests. Everything moves. Everything vibrates. We're made up of a bunch of energies. They're always on the move, always on the go, never completely still. And if you're studying the aspect of nature, there's a lesson in everything. Everything moves. Everything is always going. Nothing ever rests. And that includes the mind. The next law or theory in the principle of Thoth is called polarity, which means everything has an opposite. There's a like, there's an unlike. Everything is the same on one side of the scale to the other side of the scale. Opposites are identical in nature with different degrees of the same thing. Everything can be reconciled. So next to every good, there's a bad. Next to every bad, there's a good. Next to every positive, there's a negative, and vice versa. Nothing is all one or all of the other. The goal is to understand that about ourselves and not think too on either side. To come and find that balance is, I think, important. Gender. Gender is everything. Everything has a masculine quality and a feminine quality, and gender manifests in all things. Next comes the principle of rhythm. Everything flows in and out and in. There's always a rise and a fall. The pendulum swings on either to the left or to the right, and there's a rhythm that compensates. The world has this rhythm and a balance. There's a theme to it. And when something swings one way, it eventually is expected to swing back in the opposite direction. The theory of cause and effect. Every cause has its effect, and every effect has its cause. Chance is just a name for a law that's not recognized. While there are so many planes of causation in this world, that nothing escapes the law of cause and effect. Actions have reactions that will spawn more actions, and back and forth. Nothing happens just because, and nothing gets left out. It's just like the theory that the thought that our mind attracts likeness in the physical world for good or bad. And the likeness our minds attract in the physical world can manifest in the spiritual world for the same purpose, good or bad. An action. It starts with a thought and it moves to an action, and an action becomes a real thing. The things we think and feel manifest our feelings. Those feelings manifest our actions. And the manifestation of these actions are what we attract into our lives. Things that we love and hate are all the same energies, just on different sides of the pendulum. Consciousness is to develop an even-mindedness, first and foremost. It comes way before transcendence. It's getting to a state where profit or loss doesn't swing you too far in either direction. Joy or pain is the same way. Like the goal of becoming a master rather than a victim. It's part of why we today have to do shadow work, coming so far away, or being manipulated and pulled so far away from our natural culture and ancestry. The 7 principles of thought are things that we can really take into consideration and think about today as we do our shadow work and think about where we want to be in our mind, our mindset, because it starts there. What kind of mindset do you want to have, and how do we work towards getting to that mindset without hindrance? So we're going to go a little deeper. We've done the 7 principles of thought, but there were so many more that, like the 7 principles we just did, or the laws of Ma'at. And in the next video, we'll study a few more of those. I love you, family, and I can't wait to see you again. Until then, remember to like, subscribe, and click on that notification bell. And remember, let's be all healthy, happy, and prosperous together. And until then, see you next time. The next one was gender. Everything has a feminine and a masculine. Gender. Everything has